Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Late, and I hope you have absolutely wonderful day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create this super cool shape birthday card. If you know who that person is, please let me know in the comments down below. So I use SVG file from Creative Fabric and I use my ScanNCut machine to cut the background layer, but also the intricate layer as well. So that will be the front panel of my card. Now it will be time to add some colors, and I decided to use a scrap piece of paper underneath because I'm going to use alcohol markers from my stash. And what's really good about alcohol markers, you can mix and match different brands. So I've got some Tri-Blend from Spectrum Noir, but I also have some cheaper alcohol markers as well. All you have to do is to make sure you've got the colors you need. And then you can mix them, blend them, they work perfectly fine together. So as you can see, I'm starting with the gray color first at the top layer, and then I'm checking if it fits here. So using my fair skin blend color, I'm putting the color where the hands are. And I'm going to do exactly the same where the neck and the head is. It will be time to give more interest to the whole card, so I decided to use that dark red here. If you know who that person is, please let me know in the comments down below. So this SVG file is from Creative Fabrica, and what's really good about any SVG file, you can make it as small or as big as you want. Here I really wanted to create a card that will go in 5 by 7 inches envelope. And using your Canvas workspace or any design software for your machine, you can make it smaller or bigger. And I'm pretty sure this design could work on other products as well, maybe like t-shirts. And I think that will be super cool. So now it is time to add the color where the neck is, and we can already see that 3D look, which I think is really cool. And this SVG file is called Baby Bowie. If you like to get it, I left the link in the description down below. Often do you create shaped cards for birthdays? Please let me know in the comments down below. And if you do have your favorite shape, please let me know. Do you use SVG files or maybe cutting dice? Because with SVG files, I think there are no limits. You can literally create whatever you want. And if you haven't seen my last week's birthday card with some puppies, I'm going to leave the link here, the top right corner, and also at the end as well. So if you missed it, please have a look, because I'm pretty sure you will like that one. So now it is time to add that beautiful red, but when you look at the design of the outfit for that person, it also has some turquoise as well. So I really wanted to mix and match all those colors on this card. And what's really good about this, you can also check if they work together, which I think is really cool. So I added red on the eye because that person actually had their eyes, or actually eyelids, beautifully painted in exactly the same red color. So now, when this is ready, we can add even more interest by checking where all the elements are colored in. Now, for the top layer of that outfit, I'm using slightly lighter color of red. So here you can see a variation. And that's what's really good about Tri-Blend markers. They actually have darker, lighter and medium color in each pen. So you can use them for blending, but also you can use them for color variation. And if you miss any spot with your alcohol markers, you can always go back, which I think is super cool. Now it is time to create that hairstyle. So I'm going to make some reds and browns together. And I really try to follow the pattern on the hair. And this is a really good tip for you. Whenever you want to create realistic hairstyle, I do encourage you to follow the lines on the design and then use some lighter, darker colors. But then if you use 3 colors, that will make it more organic and realistic. So I do encourage you to do so. Do you like to color in hand in the images? If you do have your favorite tip, please let me know in the comments down below. But to be honest, in the end, that brown wasn't too dark. But I was happy with the result in the end. But as you can see, this design is missing something. So later on, I also decided to use some black as well to outline the face of the person because I think that would really makes a difference. I wanted to have even more contrast on this card. So what do you think about this hairstyle? Do you like it? Please let me know in the comments down below. Now I decided to add that color on the sides as well. So it is time for that black outline, and I really think it makes a difference. It looks a little bit like cartoon character, but I'm very happy with the result. And like with every single personalized birthday card, I also need to create the name of the recipient. And I have to tell you that this card was so much fun to create. If you do create some projects for music fans or film fans, do you have your favorite stamp set maybe? Or cutting dice? I would absolutely love to know. Now I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, which is book binding glue, and that will give me the time to maneuver the elements if I make a mistake. As you can see, it has that very fine nozzle, which makes putting all those glue drops in intricate pieces very easy. So now it is time just to put it together, and at this point I thought let's cut some bits off because I wasn't very happy with the white outline underneath. Can always adjust your design and that will be perfectly fine. When these elements are ready, we also need to create the back panel for the card. And to do it, I always cut the same beautiful element that I created for the front of the card. And as you saw at the beginning, I used the, let's say, background panel. So here is the other one, and I'm going to cover all the blended markers from underneath because every single alcohol marker will bleed anyway. So this is the way to hide it and make sure all the card will look professionally finished. So now, when this is ready, all we have to do is to create the back panel as well. And at this point, I do encourage you to use your scoring board because that is a crucial tool in our card making journey. Now I've got the second eye and I'm decided to use black alcohol marker for it. So now it is time to put it here again with my liquid glue. And at this point, I thought let's add mouth as well. So actually, I created it myself using two different shapes on Canvas workspace. It was super easy to create. However, as you can see, it is tiny element. And to be honest, it was a little bit tricky with the letters of the recipient as well, because in the end they were pretty thin. But I managed to cut them out using my ScanNCut machine. I think for the next project, I'm going to use slightly bigger letters, which will be even easier to assemble. So as you can see, I'm using exactly the same blue I use on the outfit, or I should say makeup. And then I decided to use that black for the name of the recipient. So this way, I'm going to have a lot of contrast on the card. And I really, really like it. What do you think about red and turquoise together? Do you like that color combo? Because I think it is pretty unique. And I have to say, I really, really like it. So now it is time to put the letters on the background or shadow panel I created. And as you can see, I left the space for I because I wanted to make sure it will be evenly spaced when I put all the letters together. So again, using my liquid glue, I do have time to maneuver the elements, and you can always use your pokey tool to get rid of the excess of the glue. So now it will be time to put those together, and my favorite scoring board from Crafter's Companion. So I've got the back panel, and I'm going to create a top flap. Super quick and easy. And when this is ready, it will be time to fold and burnish assemble the panels together. And just to make sure the fold is perfect, you can always use a bone folder. So now it is time to assemble the front and the back panels together, and then it will be time to add that name of the recipient. And at this point, I decided that the white is too visible on the card, So I'm going to use exactly the same alcohol markers and I'm going to color in all the edges. And what's really good about them, they actually have very nice tip on all the pens. So this is super, super easy. And if you'd like to do that in your card making, I do encourage you to do so. However, just slow down and make sure it is perfect. Because sometimes when we want to complete a project very quickly, we can make mistakes. So take your time here. It is definitely worth the effort. So now I'm using the darker brown as well because I really want to try to follow the color that is exactly at the front. And this will make a difference. So as you can see, we can see a little bit of color that will be visible inside, but that is perfectly fine. And as I told you, this card will be 5 by 7 inches, so you can use the envelope or you can create it yourself, which I think is really, really cool. So now I'm going to add a little bit more of liquid glue and assemble the panels together. And if you do have any excess of white card, of course you can use your scissors to get rid of it. And then, when this is ready, what's really good about this card, it actually stands proudly on a flat surface, which I think is absolutely amazing. So you can put it on a shelf or on your desk. It is time to put the name of the recipient, and at this point, I wasn't very sure where to put it, but then a little bit lower, and I think that will be perfect. So the cut is complete. What do you think about this? Do you like it? And how often do you use SVG files to create your shade projects? Please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Here you can see the Poppy's birthday cut and also some other projects. Have a wonderful day and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here because I've got quite a lot of videos coming your way. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!